Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, folks, to a Coinsider live stream. I know I haven't been doing this much lately, but it is great to see y'all. Before I go any further, do you mind giving me a quick mic check, if you don't mind? Do I sound loud and clear? Do I look clear? Does it look high quality? Let me know. Why 5,800? What are you talking about? Folks, can you hear me loud and clear? Let me know. And then I'll get started. Let me pull up. Okay, so I want to talk about a lot of things affecting the market right now. And market's been scary, folks. Let's be honest. I was on the bullish side, the bullish camp, but as things go lower, as we take out more and more levels, yeah, I mean, eventually, if it keeps going lower and stays there longer and longer, then like this past few days has been brutal. Then we gotta just potentially admit that we were wrong, right? Um, I'm really curious though, folks. Show of hands in the chat. How many of y'all are think that the bull market is over, like completely, like the cycle top is in, no more new all-time highs for the next few months, and like 50 to 70% drawdown for BTC and more for altcoins. Be honest. Don't tell me what you want. Tell me like if you had to bet all your money on one outcome or the other, what would you bet? Like, let's say we forced you, we had all your money and we were gonna like burn it if you got it wrong. What would you bet and why? So be honest here. This is not what you want. I'm really curious. Yeah, so we're gonna cover a lot of interesting topics today on why the top might or might not be in. Okay, that's what I want to cover. But before I get there, I want to hear your thoughts. So let me know in the chat. Okay, let's wait until weekly close. Bull not done. Wait, let me change the design so you can see this more clearly. Right here. Okay. Cycle top is in. Hello, Harvey Williams. Over. Dup. I don't even know what that means. People sold profits. It's over. It's normal. Okay. Just buy more when it dips. See, Chris, from someone who's been around for multiple cycles, buying more when it dips is good. But if it really is a bear market, then you're going to run out of dry powder really quickly. And then it's going to go lower and lower and lower. Like back in the day, long years ago, I was like, ETH went like over 1,000 something in all-time high a few bear, cycles ago. And then I was like, if ETH hits 200, I'm going to sell my car and buy ETH. But guess what? It dropped, hit 200, and dropped more and more until it was 80. ETH was $80. And I felt like things are dead. Now, as we all know, things recovered. But I'm just saying that if it really is the bear market, then buying more when it dips, it's going to be difficult to do that properly. Definitely the bottom 90K is what Mateo says. Bro, I just said I'm still leaning in the bullish side, but as we see this price action, it's getting a little harder, and the lower we go and the longer we stay, like at lower levels, then we eventually have to admit that we were potentially wrong. You know. Let's see. Sold my car, but then I had to take the bus, bro. I'd have to take the bus or walk. Yeah, that's true, CC. Um, Here's the thing though. Sentiment is so bad. Let's see. Fear and greed index right here. Sentiment is so bad. Look at this extreme fear, extreme fear. Everyone, freaking ad. Everyone is feeling extreme fears in retail Dow on the timeline. People are literally saying, I'm tired. I just want to get back to break even and leave. Folks, this is extreme fear. And typically, when we get to extreme fear levels, wait one sec. I want to show y'all. I have an Alfractal membership, so I kind of want to open that up. Sign in. Wait one sec. Let me close this real quick and sign in. Okay, here we go. Fear, we're at extreme fear, and usually when we get to extreme fear, we are at least a local bottom. Like even here, the bear market, or actually I guess the bear market would be like here, but usually when we get to extreme fear, well, here there wasn't any reprieve. That was GG's. Um, but like if we move more to this cycle, like look at these extreme fear times, right? And then back up, here this cluster, and then back up. But here's the thing, folks. Here's the important thing to know about sentiment. Yes, it typically is a good time to buy when there's extreme fear. However, patience is needed. It's not like, oh, we dipped to extreme fear. That's the exact bottom. No, 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 no. No, no, no. That's not the case. We need to be patient. There could be few days, even weeks, sometimes even like what is this? February to February, 2 months here before we get out of this like bottoming zone, right? This area. So that is something to keep in mind. Um just because things are extreme fear doesn't mean that we're immediately bottomed and that it's time to buy. Sell the car, walk or bus for a year or two, then you're laughing. Yeah, potentially. Um Let's see. But here's the thing, folks. Here is the thing. I want to show you. Wait, let me move my coffee. Uh, Here is the thing. We have been. See, this is what sucks. This is what sucks for crypto. Okay, this is the stock market heat map. What sucks for crypto is that the stock market was making new all-time highs, but we were still dumping or going sideways. Now that the stock market has been dumping for the past few days, we have been dumping with them. That freaking sucks. But at least the stock market was like not just keep going more high and high, like higher and higher, right? Let's see. Is this better? No, let me move this. No, I like this more. Okay. So here's the thing, like this, it's okay this past day, but let me just show you like trading view. Oh, we were at trading view. Whoops. Okay, let me share this. So Nvidia, this is Nvidia has been struggling. I mean, they had a pretty good move today. Back up to 188. Ooh, pretty good move. But like this little move over here made the stock market, the AI, like all AI. Look at Palantir, right? Palantir also went down quite a bit from its high. Um, and even smaller, more speculative stuff like space stocks, for example. Look at this. Look at this sell off. Oh my goodness. And what else? Like even Tesla. And this is the daily. So this looks four what is this? High of 474, low of 382. Wow. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Let me see. Where is the price range from here to here? Almost down 19%. Tesla since Elon Musk's pay package got approved. Um, what other ones were going down a lot? Like, yeah. So point is, yes, crypto was kind of struggling when like a few weeks ago when the stock market was doing well, but now it's struggling alongside the stock market too. So this recent action, let me just pull that up for y'all. Actually, I shared that in the Discord with Retail Dow folks. One sec. Ah, I found it. Check this out. This is not a Bitcoin specific sell off. It's a macro sell off. When the broader market rebounds, so will Bitcoin. Gold, S&P, MicroStrategy. Oh, MicroStrategy got destroyed, by the way. And people were saying that they were selling because they were moving Bitcoin around, but that was fake news. At least Michael Saylor said it was fake news and that they're still buying. Even the NASDAQ down, volatility up. Actually, I want to look at that. Gold, XAU. Gold. Oh, wow. Gold had this big correction and then rebound and then now down a little bit again. Interesting. Um and then I'm bullish on Zcash. I don't have that much. I have a tiny bit to be honest, and I bought late CC. I am a long-term investor, but this is still good to like keep an eye on, you know. Yeah, MSTR is getting destroyed. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Ooh, it's about to hit this freaking horizontal line right here. Wow, that's crazy. Michael Saylor, do something, right? Down since all-time high is, let's see, where is the right here. Down 62% since all-time high. That's insane, MicroStrategy. Let's see how Circle is doing. Remember how Circle was hot? Oh my goodness. Circle is getting destroyed. Wow. All the employees are selling today too. Freaking employee. Their lockup period is over. But anyways, you know who Wait, I gotta log into. I gotta log into X real quick, um, because I want to show you something. Really? That's not my. Where is my? Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, so you know who is loving this recent weakness? Michael Burry. He bought huge puts on Nvidia and Palantir, and people got pissed at him. The CEO of Palantir got pissed at him, but so far his puts have been printing, and he de he closed his hedge fund. And I'll read this to you. He says, with a heavy heart, this is real, by the way. I will liquidate the funds and return capital before a small audit / tax holdback by year's end. My estimation of value in securities is not now and has not been for a long time in sync with the markets. With heartfelt thanks, but also with apologies, I wish you well, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. People are saying that this is smart because now he doesn't have to file public disclosures. And he could do this as like a family office in private. And he said that big things are coming in terms of wait, no, this is a fake account. Cassandra Unchained. This is him. He is saying like all these AI companies are like fudging their depreciation schedules. They're fudging their earnings in the future. He's fighting with Alex Karp of Palantir, and he's saying like something big is coming on November 25th. I don't remember where right here. On to much better things, November 25th. And he's saying that Scion Asset Management registration status terminated with the SEC. And he bought Nvidia put and Palantir put. So Burry is cooking potentially, but he's been wrong on bubbles in the past. Like, if you guys don't, who here has watched The Big Short? I love that movie, but he was early by like 2 years, and that almost like destroyed his fund because of how early he was on his housing market short. So I think that's really interesting. And him closing his fund may actually just give him more freedom to make moves against the AI bubble. I still think it goes higher before it ultimately deflates. But if Burry is right on this one and right on the timing, then that's going to be the Big Short 2.0, in my opinion. Now, do you guys want to know? Do you want to know why the freaking stock market and crypto markets both dropped yesterday? It's because the Fed shifted their decision for a December rate cut. Let me show you Poly Market. Like, check this out. Fed rate cut. It was almost a guarantee that we were going to have a 25 basis point cut. But then this odds has been dropping and no change has been increasing to roughly 50-50. Um, so that was like yesterday. That drop was like yesterday, and that caused a huge sell off in the markets. There's just a lot of shenanigans going on here. Like they're saying that they won't give data for the October unemployment rate. It's like if you don't have data, blah blah blah, whatever, you can't make decisions, I guess. Tom Lee is still bullish, of course. Equity and credit markets protesting the hawkish Fed talk. December cut up in the air. This is why repo rates rising, VIX surging. Markets bullying the Fed towards a December cut equals be patient, is what Tom Lee says. So I still see some arguments for the bull side, but I really do hope that things start to reverse and we get back up above 100K sooner rather than later, especially before the weekly close. And another big aspect of the government shutdown is that cash piles up at the Treasury General account and like basically more funds in the TGA equals less liquidity in the markets. But once the government reopens, they're going to start spending their excess balance equals a mini liquidity injection. So that may come hopefully like starting today and Monday, early next week as well. And that helps both the crypto markets being risk assets and the stock markets too. Let's see. Another thing that's on my mind. That is true, James Cliff. Great point. Veteran crypto holders turn the 4-year cycle into a self fulfilling prophecy. Even the slightest crack sends them selling. That is so true. No, I would buy the actual underlying assets, but the issue is for some people around the world, it's actually kind of hard to buy US stocks or like physical gold. So if you want like a quick, like a shorter term trade, then I don't think it's necessarily bad to buy tokenized versions. I just wouldn't hold them for like years and years, just because of various potential risks. Another thing that could potentially explain recent market weakness was that 1010 crash, like Binance crash. Dang, I can't even find that. But anyways, you guys remember the 1010 crash? Everyone blamed Binance, saying that there were skeletons out, dead bodies out there, like market makers, big hedge funds that needed to unwind. That has been over a month now. So far, we haven't really seen any public news about it. So I think maybe people were limping because of the auto deleveraging things and like the shenanigans Binance pulled. But I think that's less of a cause now over a month later than before. And here is an interesting theory for y'all. Have y'all heard of the Bitcoin IPO moment? by Jordy Visser. He's a macro investor. Basically, this was published like 2 weeks ago, and this was when this was before like the recent shenanigans by the Fed and things like that. Um, the gold and the Nasdaq were all rocketing, but Bitcoin was sideways. The reason why is because he argues is that Bitcoin has essentially undergone an IPO, like it's graduated, and now there's true institutional liquidity. So OGs can finally sell billions and billions of dollars worth of their old Bitcoin that they've held for close to 10 years, just like IPO early employees and founders. That's what they've done. Like the Twitter IPO, Facebook IPO, that's kind of like what happened. He argues that this is like um it's not that they necessarily lost conviction, it's that like they're diversifying and there's finally a opportunity for them to like sell into strength, and that wasn't panic selling. I mean, now like the past 2 days is maybe like short-term holders panic selling, but I think this theory makes a ton of sense thinking about Bitcoin as just having an IPO. um and OG selling. Let's see if we can see. OG selling. Where can we see that? Maybe let me go back to Alfractal. Okay. Supply. Like here, you guys can see this, right? You can see this is the 5 to 10 year. You can see them selling starting with our climb earlier. Wait, this was 2024 that we're looking at. A lot of OG selling. It's kind of tapered off a little bit. Long-term holder supply. This shows that it's been dipping. I guess it depends on how they define this. Supply held, long-term holder, short-term holder. Short-term holders have been buying, apparently. Supply age bands. Interesting. HODL waves. Let's see what this max intersect. Can I zoom in here? What is this price? The peak was like 60. There's still space for this model. Interesting. Let's see. Something else that people have been pointing out is this BTC gold correlation. BTC gold. Where? BTC gold chart. Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about. I can't really find it right now. But the point is, people are saying that BTC is gold with a lag. And that it will catch up. Oh, right here. BTC follows gold with a 90-day lag. If history repeats here, we should see a pump shortly. People have been I am fading this. I am fading this like crazy. And I also, if you guys remember me calling this out on these streams a while ago, the BTC M2, look at this. It's completely broken. This is stupid. I told you guys and all those analysts are clowns for thinking that this would hold perfectly. I knew this wouldn't hold. I said this so many times, and for those who watch me can vouch for me here. Right? So I also don't expect that BTC gold lag to manifest. I'm also fading this BTC gold lag. This is kind of what I'm thinking. The Fed has announced they're ending QT on December 1st. The government is reopening and injecting over $100 billion worth of pent up liquidity into the economy. And Bitcoin sentiment is as bad as I've seen in years. Do with this what you will, and have a great Friday. Um, Also, another idea is that President Trump needs the economy to be good for the midterms next year, so they will pump stuff up again in 2026. And this is kind of like a temporary deflation to give them more room to pump stuff. Like Eric Trump is on TV defending Bitcoin like every day.
Major shift to Bitcoin. And I think you're going to have this major shift to Bitcoin as truly the digital gold. I mean, I think you're seeing more and more money that will ultimately come out of gold, and you're going to see that ratio disproportionate.
Eric Trump, Bitcoin. Eric Trump is like pumping the crap out of Bitcoin on TV.
Late.
You think it's going to hit 1 million? I saw, right?
I do. Yeah, listen, it's going to be a number of years before it does, but no, I absolutely do. First of all, the biggest families want it. The biggest private wealth funds want it. Fortune 500 companies are treasuring it every single day. There's people are hoarding Bitcoin. I mean, there are major nations out there that take all their extra energy and use that to mine Bitcoin, right? And so it's becoming truly.
Didn't a central bank buy Bitcoin too? It was like a European one. World's first central bank, the Czech National Bank. Didn't like Luxembourg or something? Czech National Bank, okay. Luxembourg Bitcoin. If I'm not mistaken, I think I saw something. Luxembourg's Minister of Finance on investing in Bitcoin. As Michael Saylor once said, there is no second best. We're in it for the long haul. Luxembourg hodls. So Eric Trump is kind of right. Like, we are panicking. We are panicking. Retail is panicking like no other. No lie. Like, let's not lie. But companies, nation states, things like that, they hodl. Their sovereign wealth fund has invested 1% of its assets into Bitcoin, and other countries will follow soon. They're loving this dip, guys. They're loving this dip. These countries, like their central banks or sovereign wealth funds, they're not tripping. Like, we may trip because the economy is bad and we need to pay our bills, so we can't just put everything into Bitcoin, but they don't care. Like, their sovereign wealth fund is not at risk at all, you know? Also, if you guys are looking when to re-enter the Bitcoin markets, I really like Income Shark's way of waiting for an OBV breakout. Like, yes, that means you're not going to catch the app. Oh, even Hood is getting kind of destroyed. Robin Hood. Yes, you're not going to catch the absolute bottom, but it is a more like safer way of waiting for momentum and volume to pick up than trying to buy every dip. I mean, if you DCA, that's fine. If you spread that across a long time, that's fine. But I like Income Shark's OBV strategy. Let me see. Let me pull up BTC actually. Oh wait, Coinbase. 1 day. OBV on balance volume. Dang, it's because I need to log in. 1 sec. Sign in. Email. Okay. Trading view. There we go. Okay. OBV. Here we go. So we really want to see OBV start to stabilize and break out before we re-enter. So, for example, if we let me turn off volume actually. Like it really started to break out here. Vertical line. Yeah, so this is no bueno. Let me parallel channel. I mean, it's not perfect, my drawing, my channel, but ideally we want to see OBV start to stabilize and then eventually break out. And if it can do that, then that is a higher probability chance of us like re-entering rather than trying to just catch every dip per se. So I'm a big fan of this OBV strategy. Yeah. I have a free account. In terms of when Bitcoin bottoms, I mean, people were calling, let me see, resistance, support. So we kind of wicked down below this support line around 98. This isn't the best support. 90. This one says there's a support at 90. Let me see other support and resistance ones. Yeah, this one says 94, 94, 93. I've seen people see that too. And then this is the daily. Just eyeballing it. Yeah, right here, 93. It's 92, 93 is another one. And then $85. Some people have called for like 75 too, like this area. That's if we're definitely in a bear market if we go that low. Like there's no doubt about it. I think Joao Wedson, this is the founder of Alfractal. He was saying that if we go below 92, Bitcoin is sitting really close to the 2025 opening price. The bears are pushing hard, but there's still fresh buying pressure coming in. Losing 92K would be terrible. That's the last real support level. So yeah, we can't lose that. Like that's bear market for sure. If it closes below that. And Coin Glass. Here's something else that's interesting though. I know, we all know that that the market makers like to liquidate people. They like to liquidate the long and the shorts. But here's the thing. We've only been liquidating the longs for like the past month. There's a lot of short liquidity above that has yet to be liquidated. Like, let me look at other models. Like all this liquidity can still be grabbed. Well, people need to stop longing. Like people keep on getting their longs liquidated. But pretty much no data. What the heck? What is this? No, I don't want to short. Yeah, I would love to see the market makers go for like these long liquidities or these short positions. Like go liquidate the shorts for a change, right? It's only been the longs that have been liquidated for weeks now. Only the longs struggling. Because some of them have more things, inputs like volume and stuff. That's a little bit harder to tell. You want to know why cryptomatosis? This is why. Stock market is not that bad today. especially tech and AI. Nvidia up. Microsoft up. Yeah. But anyhow, folks, this was really fun. Like we looked into I love doing this, like I really like just considering various theses and analyses, looking at various data with y'all. That is so much fun. And I know the market is tough right now, but I think you guys should still join us at Retail DAO. So if you don't know, we do weekly missions together. Like we go farm airdrops together. We farmed prediction markets like Poly Market, Limitless, and Myriad markets. Week 2 was farming the base ecosystem, and week 3 is the privacy meta. Like we are currently deep diving into the privacy meta, and what will we do for week 4? We don't know. Maybe we'll look into stocks. Maybe we'll learn macro. Maybe we'll learn DeFi, like liquidity, setting up a liquidity pool together, things like that. So you guys should definitely join us. It is cheap to join, especially as a basic tier member. It's quite cheap. It's like, yeah, it's really cheap actually. But we are still active. We are still sharing ideas. People are farming like the airdrops together, the OP ecosystem airdrop. That's optimism. Looking forward to doing more missions together. And we also have squads. So what are squads? If you you should join Retail DAO, Alex. We'd love to have you. And if you join as a VIP member, you could do a personal 15-minute onboarding call. It's okay if we go over 15 minutes with me, yours truly. I will walk you through how to best take advantage of Retail DAO. There's a Calendly link in the VIP only channel if you join as VIP. This really is the best, most affordable time to join Retail DAO. We farmed a lot of stuff. We did the base app for those of us who have access. We did stuff on Aerodrome, which had a really big news, by the way. Aerodrome like merged with Velodrome. And we did like creator coins, Zora, Farcaster. We also we put out an article. We put out a brief about it. I don't remember what all we farmed, but Retail DAO is still popping. Like this is for serious, active, and engaged retail investors. You should join us. If that sounds like you should join us. A basic tier is really cheap. Pro and VIP, you can have more benefits and power per se. And basically, we are the coordination layer. Stop chasing alpha. Start building it together. We are the coordination layer for retail investors because when retail works together, retail wins. How to join is really easy. Just buy the retail and join Discord. Go through the token gated process. Really easy. Buy retail. This is like what, $15 right now or something. Really cheap. And if you don't like it, you can always sell. Okay. This is really cheap. Yeah, this is so cheap. And if you don't like it, you can sell. So this is like a no-brainer for all of y'all to join. We are going to start mission 3, which is privacy deep dive, is ending soon. We will start voting on new ones. Like, let me just read to y'all what were our choices last time. Our choices were learn macro, learn technical analysis, deep dive into the privacy meta, deep dive into Web3 gaming, learn how to track whale wallets, learn how to set up liquidity pools, and research hot stocks. And the privacy meta ended up winning. But we're going to start voting on the next group mission real soon, and we can all do something together. We can learn macro. We can learn we could deep dive into something, deep dive into an ecosystem, a meta. It could be anything. It's like it's a group activity, So we share notes, we ask each other questions. I will create like an overview, like a recap PDF at the end of it, and things like that. Like, this is Retail DAO. Our thesis is simple. Yes, you can join a paid group where people spoon feed you alpha, but recently it's been hard. And I bet you their picks have been struggling. I bet you that their alpha picks have been going down. So our thesis is simple, right? Being a retail investor is hard. It's hard. You have to be active. You have to stay on top of it. You can't just like, it's not 2017. You can't just buy some random altcoin and it rockets, right? It's not 2017. Clearly, you got to take a more engaged, active approach and learn, level up, ask questions, help each other out, get off your lazy butts and do stuff, right? Get off your lazy butts and actually farm these airdrops with us. That's the whole thesis of Retail DAO. Our thesis is simple. Retail investors face more noise than ever. Most of the hype and calls, they don't work in the long run. The real edge isn't more alpha. It is coordination. Coordination. So what does that mean? It means that when retail investors work together, we can win. And yes, hey, Felix, we do stocks in here too. Like, we talk about macro, we talk about stocks too. Most people are like global, so some of them can't access US stocks as easily as we can on like Robinhood and whatnot. But I buy stocks too. We talk about stocks. We talk about macro. We talk about all sorts of stuff in the Retail DAO. So I highly well, here's the thing. I think stocks have been easier than crypto all year long, but the thing is, like, crypto has more volatility for those who like it on both the upside and the downside, as you know. And sometimes we do have more edge, take it as you will, in the crypto space. If we like hear about something early or have some insight on their tokenomics or things like that, or can read the narrative well, you know? But yeah, I really think y'all should join a Retail DAO. It's really easy. Oh, I forgot to leave the link in the description. Yeah, it's just retaildao.xyz. Here, I put a where is it? I put a QR code up here if you want to scan it, or it's easy to remember, retaildao.xyz. You can even buy retail on Coinbase using the DEX trading feature, that the new one that they came out with. So do that. Basic tier is enough. If you don't want to do more, if you just want to check it out, basic tier is enough, and then you can upgrade later if you like what you see, or you could sell if you don't like us, if you don't want to do missions with us, do research with us. That's fine. Just check it out. It's cheaper than ever, and you can always sell. Yeah, you don't need more. Yeah, I'm around the same age as you, Felix, but I'd still love to have you in Retail DAO. I'll try to do this more often, but this was really fun, folks. Let me know if yeah, this was really fun. I'll try to do this more often, and I have a really fun video coming out tomorrow, so y'all should definitely watch that. But without further ado, stay safe in this market. Join us at Retail DAO. I'm Kevin from Coinsider, and I will see you guys next time.